Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Sarah's Table. Today, I'm going to be doing a solo RPG about bees, which is very exciting. If you are new to the table, my name is Sarah Moore. My pronouns are she, her. I'm going to be your host today and your GM and your only player and your favorite person. I'm going to remind you to stay hydrated. It's starting to get hot out there. I have flavored water today. It's mixed berry and sparkling. Delicious. I'm going to be playing a game called Queenless, which is by Croaker RPGs, written and designed by Thomas Lopez. And it is about being a hive of bees. You get to be a bee, and you are trying to rebuild your hive. I really love bees. I've always really loved bees. I have this this is a thing that I wish at some point that I could keep bees in my yard. You need a permit for it. I don't think that I can get a permit where I am currently living. Also, it is a lot of work. And I'm in a very residential area and there's not a good away from civilization sort of place for me to keep bees, but I tend to, when I have the option in an RPG capacity, make a beekeeper. I had one in a Burning Wheel game and I loved her. So I thought, I stumbled across this and I was like, oh man, also honey is delicious and bees are important to the environment. And okay, so here's a little science for you. Was listening to NPR a while ago on Science Friday. We are reaching the depths of my nerd here. You're welcome. And some scientists in the UK were trying to track weather patterns. There is an increase in static electricity before a storm hits. And so they were trying to track this so that they could have a more accurate way of telling the weather and when storms were going to hit. And they discovered by accident that bees actually conduct electricity. They make electricity when they are buzzing around. I just think it's so cool. And now I have this whole thing in my brain about there's definitely a city somewhere in my fantasy world that is powered by bees. Maybe small bees, maybe giant bees. I don't know yet, but it is definitely either a game setting or a short story / novel or all of the above. So maybe keep your eyes open for that at some point. We don't know. As a quick reminder for people who are watching the show, now that we're shifting out of Science Friday, I always do a safety discussion. And I know that I am playing here alone. This is a solo RPG, but for those of you who are watching at home, I want you to make sure that you know what you are getting into. So here on Sarah's Table, you will never find sexual violence, violence against children, or withholding food as punishment or starvation. That is my blanket safety discussion. It's just as important for you watching at home to know what you will be watching as it is for me at the table to feel safe. This is a safe space for everybody. I want you at home to feel safe with me. So that was the important stuff. So now let's find out what's going on. This is the little blurb for the show, for the game. Our queen is dead. Such sorrow and despair. Without our queen, our hive, our home will slowly perish. Our only slim hope, is to find, beg, borrow and steal enough royal jelly from our neighbors. If we have enough royal jelly, maybe, just maybe, we can raise another queen. You will find many friends in this valley we call home. The industrious ants who delve deep into their palaces of earth, noble dragonfly who protects those in need, stoic beetle who waxes philosophically in his hidden burrow. But little bee, we also have enemies to be cautious of. The beautiful but vain ladybird who jealously guards her hunting grounds, praying mantis who kills with little warning and less mercy, and above all, sparrow of the sky who swoops from the sun to snatch us from the air. Each of these 6 creatures carries a jar of the precious royal honey, either freely gifted by the hive or stolen at some point. Our hive needs all 6 if we are to raise another queen and have hope again. Seems like a really important mission. All right, so here's what we need. We need a standard deck of cards without any jokers. This is how we guide the story. It's our challenges. It's called a story deck. And every time you use it, you use something, you discard it. I've got it. We need 2 6-sided dice. These are how we perform all of the actions in the narrative, and we get answers about the world. Action dice. We need a notebook to act as your journey book for log entries. And there is, I've got something to write with, write on and write with. But our notebook, our journey book, log book is probably going to be this situation here. This is a bee doing like a little video log. A blog, if you will. A bee log. You all love me. It's okay. And then index cards or random slips of paper in order for us to be able to use stuff, mark things, and a token of some sort, which I've got so many adorable little tokens right here on my desk. I feel like maybe to mark things, we're going to use this sweet boy of a little unicorn because it's on brand and it's a rainbow. I'm like, who doesn't love a unicorn? I think unicorns would be friends with bees. So there we go. Ready to go. Okay. We're going to shuffle the story deck, get our action dice together, and then we are going to create our bee. It's got a really adorable little character sheet that is very fast to create. This is definitely one that I think you could take your time with and spend several nights. And I don't know how long this particular session will be. Maybe I'll get rolling and I'll get through all 6 of the actions and able to find all of my royal jelly. Maybe I'll only get through a couple because it is a way for you to sort of sit down and have some moments to yourself, some playtime. This could be a maybe you only retrieve 1 jar of royal jelly each time you play, and you spread it out and you allow it to use a little bit of downtime for yourself. I have been just wildly slammed with deadlines in all of my jobs. I have a million jobs, as we have talked about in the past. I am a freelance artist and person. And so for whatever reason, the stars aligned in a very stressful way for me in the last couple of weeks. And I just feel like all I have been doing is just head down, do the work, so many deadlines. And so I have been really looking forward to just a little respite, and the universe gifted me with this, with me discovering this adorable game about bees, and I'm very excited. So let's just Let's see how it goes. I'm going to grab. Here we go. This is your character sheet. It's very simple. I printed it out. Your name of your bee. Let's see. So we're gonna choose our bee's name and preferred pronouns, which I love. We love it. Let's find out. I need a good name for a bee. Gosh. I mean, I feel like it would be fun to do some kind of like pun. There's a big dire bee in Chaldea, which is one of my day jobs, whose name is Bee Arthur, which I think is very funny. But I think I would like to kind of stray from that a little bit. Like, I have been doing this thing lately where I have been naming a lot of my characters using the language of flowers, like the Victorian language of flowers. I'm not sure I've talked about this before, but like there used to be, especially in Victorian times, it was incredibly popular, that you could like have a conversation with someone that you were courting by sending flowers that meant certain things to other people. And like it was very popular also among like queer people because it was a way that it was a very innocuous thing, right? Being able to give flowers was just sort of common courtesy. It was a thing that you did a lot. And so there was a lot of things that just like meant love and affection and longing and joy, and just kind of love that. So let's see. Like, I think we're going to look at this bee is very determined. And strong and like ambitious, ready to get out there. It's a go-getter of a bee. And the flower that means strength and determination is the gladiolus. So we are going to call our bee gladiolus. Probably goes by Gladdy to her friends, which is also adorable because of the whole joyful gaming thing. I think her pronouns are she, they, uses them interchangeably. I think she is very aware of their part in the hive and how important that is to everybody around. Okay, now our bee has 3 approaches: forceful, patient, and quick. One gets a +2, one gets a +1, and the third defaults to a 0. I think she's very quick, ready to rush in at a moment's notice. I think with that in mind, that probably they are not so patient. So it's going to be 0 and patient, and that will give us a +1 to forceful. Our hive is in danger. So we have to get all 6 jars of royal honey back. Some of them can be asked for and some of them can be bartered for, and we'll probably have to fight for some. So I'm going to be pretty careful. So this is called a gameplay loop. This is how we do things in this game. First, we will discover a region and find out what is there, and then we will engage with the region. Could be dangers, could be boons. And if we find a fellow creature, we will engage in conversation. We will barter, or if we have to, we will fight them. Fourth, we will explore the region sufficiently, discover, and then we will discover a new region and start the loop over again. So that loop continues until we have found and collected all 6 jars of royal jelly. And so like there is a chance that even if you find that jar of royal jelly, that like it gets away because you did not do the thing you needed to do to get it. So this game could potentially go on for quite some time, or depending on how you draw and the look of all the dice and the draw, like could be kind of a short game. Let's find out. There's sort of like you end up rolling your dice, you draw your cards, you roll your dice, you add them together with your modifiers, and then if your score is higher than both your cards, that's a success. You are in bloom. If your score is higher than 1 card, you are budding, and otherwise you wither. And wither is obviously a success. I feel like budding is like a complicated success, but there is a chart that you know with each encounter what that means when you get to it. And I feel like the best way for us to do that is to just sort of dive in. So let's dive in. The first thing we do is draw a card from the story deck and place it face up in front of you. This is my hive. And we're going to kind of create a valley map as we go with these cards, which is, okay. This is my card. That's my hive. My hive is right in the center. It's the jack. Okay, so let's find out how we do it. So we need to discover a new region. Step 1, as we talked about, we discover a new region. And I'm going to draw a card to discover the new region. It is another jack. Wow. Listen, you all saw me doing all of that shuffling. Weird that we have another jack right off the bat. But that's okay. Discover the region. Here we go. Boop. It goes right next to it because it is it's not higher or lower. We've got a region right next to the hive. And now we're going to figure out what is happening in that region. Here's our actions. There is a couple of charts, tables, things of that nature. And I'm going to roll my action dice, my 2 dice, and I'm going to discover what's going on in this region. 51. The event is sacrifice, and the theme is ambition. Goodness. Okay. Yikes. Let's see if Gladiolus has found any creatures in this particular area. All right. Let's find out. We're going to do a roll and see if anybody shows up. I think we're rolling. Are we rolling? Okay. It is not an ace or a 2, which would roll to see if there are any insects there. And so nobody's here yet. Well, there's not other ones. So what we can do is search for treasure. So we're going to confront that action. Searching for treasure. We're going to draw 2 cards. It is a 9 and a 1. Feeling good about potentially at least being in, at least budding. And then we're going to roll 2 dice, add them together. Oof, got a 1 and 4. So a 5. So I'm budding, which means that I have found 1 treasure. And the treasure is a thing that we can use to barter with other insects for things. Okay. So those get discarded. And we can sort of pick what we found. I feel like we found like seeds or something, because this is definitely something that you could barter with other people. All right. That was what happened there. Right next to the hive. I feel like this is a situation where there's not like, she's not super far away from the hive. She has absolutely been to this area before. The theme is sacrifice, though. I wonder what she's giving up. I feel like it's probably a sacrifice for her to leave the hive. It is dangerous out there. That is not a thing that you want to be doing. So she's sort of allowing herself to exit the hive, to go out. She knows everybody is counting on her, and that's probably pretty scary. I'm going to discover a new region. It's just 3. So my path is a little windy. It's going down below this jack. She's going down, sort of. She went out and now she's going down. This is we're gonna do some more 5 and a 6. It's time to do an action. We're gonna search for some more treasure. 4. Oh no. Okay. I didn't find any treasure here. I followed, wouldn't say my nose, that's not how bees really work, but I followed sort of my intuition, and I went down and was not able to find anything. I was below both. And that means that I mark a fatigue. If I fill up my fatigue, I have 5 slots. If I fill them all up, I have to go back to the hive to rest. Well, that's not great. So I'm going to go ahead and discover a new region. There was nothing there for me. It's a 10. I go back up. Sort of flying around, go back up to the sort of kitty corner. Let's see what's here. Let's search for some. Oh no, this is not good. Oh no, queen and a king. That's big. This is my action here. And I feel like with the face cards that there's probably something here, because that's bonkers. All right. All right, let's find out. This feels like there's somebody here with the important stuff. King and a queen feels very big. So let's find out which one of our folk. 6 sparrow. Woo! Okay. Little is known about the sparrow, for all of those who have met her have met their doom. How she got a jar of royal jelly, we do not know, but beware, little bee, sparrow does nothing but kill. That seems bad. I would love for this game to not end 15 minutes in because I get eaten by a sparrow. I have to fight her. So there are some rules. Fight a creature. Okay, here we go. Oh dear. Heading back up to the fancy. Okay, so I put 13 cards into a stack. Build a stack of cards as described in the fight a creature action. When the number of cards of the stack matches the creature's strength, they are overcome. If you flee from a creature, their stack resets and you must start from the beginning when you face a creature again. Okay, so in order to beat the sparrow, I have to go at 13 cards. However, okay, any hearts that go in, they count as 2 stack cards. Fight a creature. Okay, when you confront a creature, action plus approach. Repeat until you've stacked enough cards to match the creature's strength. So I will roll, and when it blooms, stack the 2 cards on the creature. When it's budding, I stack either one of the cards. I choose one to stack on the creature, and if I wither, I have evaded danger. Okay, here we go. Let's fight them. So we're gonna do 1, 2. It's a 10 and a 6. Here we go. I'm rolling. I got a 9. Not great. It's budding. I beat one of them, but I get to choose one of the cards, and my 10 is a heart. So I'm going to choose that one because it counts as 2. Okay. Doing it again. 1, 2. Need to get up to, oh man, I'm pulling such high cards. I don't love it. Oh, but I got a 9. So I have an 8 and a 7, and I got a 9 roll. So both of those go in. So now at 4 cards. And I put both of those in there so that my brain will do it. At 4. Here we go. Oh no, a king and a 4. Rolling again. We got 6. Neither of them's a heart. So now we're at 5. Yeah. There's so many face cards. I have a 5 and a king, and I rolled a 9. So I got 5. I promise that once I'm done here, that I will absolutely describe what is happening here. So let me get through the mechanic. Okay, I got an 8, which is budding. These are both face cards, or both hearts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can put one over there, but it counts as 2. 7, 8. Okay, a 2 and an 8 this time. And I rolled a 12. Heck, yeah. Now I get the doubles of the full. Okay, they both go over there, and that 8 is a heart. Ding! Counts as 2. So I'm going to bring one of my other cards over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh my God, I'm so close. Okay, I need 13 in order to overcome. Oh no. Okay, so I evaded danger on that one. I got neither of those because I had a king and a 9, and I rolled 5. Not great. Moving on. Here we go. 1, 2. Oh no, a jack and a 7. Neither of them are hearts. Rolled an 8. 1 goes over. Doesn't matter. So it was 12. This is a 5 and a 3. I feel like I can do it this time. Oh my God. I rolled snake eyes. 2. I rolled 2. I've evaded danger that round. I'm almost out of my story deck. Rolled a 9 and a 10. Rolled a 4. Evaded danger. It's not working. Okay. 2 and a 1. 6. They're both hearts. I've done it. I don't have a lot left in here. Woof. Okay, let me just double check. We're gonna add 2 in there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We've done it. Okay. So what happens now? We defeated the sparrow, who was like the hardest one. Oh, poor Gladiolus, like went out and like immediately ran into like the hardest creature that you could run into. She is tired. Goodness me. She went out and because she's quick. Oh, you know what? Yeah. Okay, great. So stack each with the other cards. Creature. We have she was pretty quick and she was determined and she flew around in circles and throughout the course of this fight, she ended up I think that the sparrow like dropped it. I think there was a lot of swooping and she was evading and she was moving around a whole lot. And I think she got one. She got it. Got it from the sparrow. Gonna make a note that it was from the sparrow. Nailed it. Yeah. This is definitely like I'm down a lot here. So we have now discarded, and when you get through the story deck, you have to go back to the hive and you have to that'll clear your fatigue, but also it means that you start back, you're able to shuffle it up and re-go. So just gonna go to a new place. We're discovering a new region. It is a 2. And that means that there's another creature there. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. I don't know that I want it to be. Okay. When you discover a region and add a card to your map, if that card is an ace or a 2, you roll 2 d6s on the table below, and you add both totals together to determine which insect you find. I rolled a 1 and a 5, which is a 6. And it is a butterfly. Beautiful butterfly floats through life with little care for others. So the butterfly is not going to attack me because there's only a couple of friends. Well, they're not friends. Only a couple ones that would attack. This one is not angry, but I feel like we might be able to barter. When you trade treasures for knowledge or items, decide on a number of treasures to expend. Action plus treasure. Okay. So I am going to try to barter with the butterfly. I feel like this butterfly is probably pretty snooty. I don't know why, but I feel like he seems like in my head like the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland when she meets him and he's, who are you? And smoking and all of that stuff. I think this butterfly just believes that he's better than everyone else. I mean, he's beautiful and he's got these big wings and he likes to go around and I feel like we've all met this person. And I think that because of that, that Gladiolus knows that if they give this butterfly is something pretty and sparkly and beautiful that like maybe the butterfly will love it and give some information about like where some royal jelly could be found. And I have one treasure, and I think that the treasure could be maybe some sort of like dew that the butterfly could like wear as a hat. I know that there are like spiders in actual nature. This isn't like in a fantasy world nature, but like sure, in fantasy world nature as well, that like wear like balls of water on their head as hats, and they're in their attempt to like attract a mate. We're back to Science Friday, but in like the weirdest way possible. Welcome to Sarah's Table, where we are going to talk about strange things that insects do. And there is a species of spider that like puts little drops of dew on their head and like wears it like a hat, and that attracts a mate. And I feel like this particular butterfly has definitely seen that happen before and has been wildly jealous. And so we're gonna offer it to him. Ace. Hey, that's good because it's only a 1 or an 8. And I have 1 treasure to offer, which means I get to add 1. So I got a 1 and an 8 out, and we're hoping that there's going to be a high number on my dice right now. I know I'll beat 1 for sure. So I'll definitely at least have be budding, but I would love to be in bloom. 5, 6. Okay, so I rolled a 3 and a 2. It's 5. Plus my 1 treasure is 1. So I only got a 6. I beat 1 of them. That means I am budding. I get partial information, or they offer another deal. Ooh, interesting. So what do we think? Do they give me a little bit of information, or they offer another deal? I think they offer me another deal. I think they put the hat on. They felt good about themselves. They loved it. And the deal that they offered me was that perhaps we might want to go somewhere else. There is another hive that we could join, not too far away, and they have offered to show me where it is. I don't think, though, that I'm going to take that deal, because I think Gladiolus, I think she's very, yeah. Yes. She is very loyal to her hive. She's going to keep trying. All right. Discovering a new region. It's a 7, which is up above. We're going to search for some more treasure. Oh, a 1 and a 9. Give it the old 1 or 7. So I am find 1 treasure. I mean, I expended that 1 treasure. So I find another one. Moving on. It's a 2. Oh, a 2. That means there's another creature. Let's give a roll and see what kind of creature is here. 8. A spider. Beware spider's web. If you are caught, you have little chance, which means that I think I have to confront a risk. When you act in the face of physical, emotional, or social adversity, action and approach. Okay, here we go. So a 5 and a 3. And I am going to try to fly super fast. And like get out of there. I'm trying to evade this spider. So I need to try to beat both of them. And I get to add, I'm very quick. And so I get to add 2. Here we go. Oh, yeah, I got a 9. I rolled a 5 and a 4, which is more than 5 or 3. And plus 2 is quick, is 11, which means that I have, it's a full success. I saw this spider and was like, no, thank you, ma'am. And I flew as fast as I could across that area. I'm out. Back to the map. Let's search for treasure. We love treasure. I still have 1. 4 and a 6. Let's see. Oh, the 3 and a 1, which is a 4. I don't know what happens if you tie. I withered. I am marking a fatigue. Made me tired. Don't love that. Still fatigued. Going to another region. It's a queen. Look at her. She's pretty. All right. What's here? 10, 8. Here we go. We're searching for treasure. Oh no! They were very high numbers, a 10 and an 8. I don't love what's happening here. And I withered because I only rolled 6 total. That gives me another fatigue. I'm running out. Guys, I'm running out of maps. Queen, again, I'm straying further and further from home, and I am running out, searching for treasure again. Partial success. Found 1 treasure. Okay. Interested to see if I'm going to be able to use that, because I still haven't found... Oops. I rolled. I didn't mean to roll. Wait, so I only have 2 left. And so I found another region a little bit further down, but I don't have enough to do an action. And I believe, could be wrong, I believe that means that I have to go back to the hive. Go back to the hive, and I have to, that allows me to clear my fatigue. Beep, 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 beep. And I can reset, which I believe, if I read this right, means that I get to take all of my stuff back. Except for my hive. That stays out. And I get to rebuild my story deck. And in order to do that, to make it fair, we're going to go ahead and reshuffle it up. This feels like, it could be pretty fast of a game. Take a really long time. I would really love to do at least that. I got one of my royal jellies back. I would really love to get another couple royal jellies. And I feel like this would be very interesting. And it's not like mandatory to do it, but as you're building your map, I wish I was maybe a better artist, but it would be very cool, I think, to draw out your map as you go, and like a little bees dance, like the little bee dance sort of dotted line, so that you can see, because my bee was taking a very strangely circuitous route, right? Because it tells you if you go up or straight across or below. And so there was like just like a lot of sort of almost serpentine up and down motion. It didn't feel like it was really building anything. It was just kind of like weaving around, which I think is like how bees fly, right? There's not like a straight line really when you're flying, when you are watching a bee. Like they're very kind of like bumbly, like there's bumblebees, and they kind of like pudge around really. And so I feel like that's a pretty interesting situation. I would love to like draw that out, and like there's another hive that I have put in there because of the butterfly, and so like where is the other hive in there? I think I could kind of place it off to the side, and like then what would happen if one of those routes that I took brought me near that other hive? Do they have honey? We don't know. They need the royal jelly, and we only have one. I wonder if we could get some from them, or if they would not be willing to give it up. I like that. I like that idea. I don't think that it is quite in. There's not rules for that in the game. But I like it. So let's find out. Let's find out where the let's let's get back out there. It is above our hive. I'm going up this time when I start, going straight out and up. It is a king, which means that we haven't, there's not folk in it at this moment. All right, so we're going to search for more treasure. I got a lot of treasure, and I feel like I really want to be able to find somebody and barter with them, like a friendly creature that has maybe taken a royal jelly. Yikes. Except I searched for treasure and I withered, which means I immediately got tired again. I am not. Oh no. I was putting them together. We can add. I rolled a 5 and a 2, which is a 7, and that's bigger than a 5, Sarah. Good job. That means I have one more treasure, which means I have 3 treasure currently. I'm hoping that means that I can like see if we can find somebody. We discover another. We're making our little bee around. We discover another area. So 6, and we're going to search for treasure. Oh yeah, here we go. I rolled. Okay. So I drew a 1 and a 3, and then this is the time, of course, that I roll 12. Like, all right, it feels like I should be able to find more treasure. With 2, that gives me 2 treasure. That's 5 treasure. My treasure is full. I can't carry very much. I'm a little tiny bee bumbling around. Boop, 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 boop. So I'm choosing to encounter. It is below. We're going down. I'm choosing to encounter another little man. 1. Who is the bad guy? Maybe they're not so bad. The ants. What can be said about the industrious ants that hasn't been said before? They think little of the lives of other insects, focusing on their palaces dug deep into the earth. Many ants never see the light of day, and only a select few are gifted with the beauty of flight. Still, Our relationship with the ants is strong, built on trade, mutual respect, and an understanding that the hive is everything. Gifted a jar of royal jelly as a sign of friendship, the ants queen may be willing to hand it back, at least as part of a trade. Okay, so we're going to barter. We're going to barter with these folk. We are going to hope that one of the treasures that we found is something that they are interested in. Ooh, boy. Okay, so. No, it's very high. I got a queen and a 4. I'm going to try to be forceful so I can add 1. I'm going to have as much argument as I possibly can. I'm really going to sell this in a very forceful way. So I can add 1. I'm hopeful that 7 + 1 is 8. All right. In the description, part of a trade. Okay, so I'm gonna give I'm gonna give them a bunch of seeds I found. I'm gonna give them 2 treasure. I think that'll be helpful. Oh, which means I get to that's not gonna help. So I'm gonna give them 2 treasure. Beep beep. And they offer me another deal. And I think that the deal is I think they want more stuff for this royal jelly. And it's a particular kind of stuff. So, yeah, I think they want more of the seeds. I had 2 seeds that they could use as gathering food. Trying very hard not to think of just a bug's life, right? Where they're just like gathering food for the winter. I think they want more of those particular kinds of ones. And I think I have to go search for the next couple and bring back 1 more seed. So let's go to the next area, just above where we were, and we're gonna search some more. Okay. I rolled a 9, which is more than a 2, not more than a queen, as it turns out. But it's more than a 2, so I find 1 more treasure. 1 more seed. I'm going to have to keep going because I don't have enough. It's a king. Let's search for treasure, everyone. It's a 6 and a jack. Oh, no. I got a 6 and a 1. 7, which is 1 more. So I have found enough. And then I have to go back to them. I bring it out. Still leaves me with 3 treasure because it was not exactly the ones that they were looking for prior to that. And that means I have 2 royal jelly. I have no fatigue. I really took a great nap while I was in the hive. Feel much better about myself. I'm doing good. Let's find another place. We're gonna do some searching. 9s. Yikes. Okay, well, now I'm tired. Do you remember, friends? Do you remember when I got cocky, like, just a moment ago, and I was like, I'm not tired at all. I have no fatigue. I feel great. This is what we like to call instant karma, where I have to now mark fatigue because my search was fruitless. Ba, ba, ba. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. But go to another place. And I think it's one with another one of our friends. Beep, 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 beep. And it is going over here. La 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 la. Ladybird. Vain, arrogant, aloof, a self-important insect. Ladybird spends her time basking in the sun, tending her hunting grounds. While she is undoubtedly beautiful, mind her jaws, as she will as soon eat you as speak to you. Well, that's not good. Giving the jar of royal jelly to Ladybird was a mistake, meant to be an offer of friendship. Ladybird is friends with no one but herself. Still, perhaps she could be convinced to return it if enough kind words are whispered in her ear. Hopefully, you will not need to take it from her. Okay. Well, Ladybird, we just need to get 8 cards in the stack. Oh, no. Okay. Okie dokie. We could, hey, listen, we could look at how many I have here. We can do this, especially because black cards count as 2 stack cards. So I feel like, I mean, if it's on our side, somehow, the luck of the draw, some sort of crazy, joyous time, I could do this in as little as 4 cards. Like, what if I roll great? What if they're low black cards? The possibilities are endless. As long as I don't go all the way through this, if the story deck is gone, then I have to go back home to the hive. I've encountered Ladybird. I'm trying to use my wits. I want very much to be able to just, like, figure it out. I'm gonna use, like, so much flattery. Fight my war with my words, my adorable, tiny, little bee words. Come on, Gladiolus. You can do this. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. 1, 2, a 7 and a 2. But you know what? 7 is a black card. Could count as 2. Here we go. Oh no. Okay. Well, I rolled 3. That does beat one of them. I get to pick which one goes in the stack. I pick this one because it counts as 2. Boop. All right. All right. We're still at it. Still going. 7 and a 4. One of them is a black card. I feel like I can do this. I rolled a 9. That's both of them. Pew, 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 pew. Oh, you know what? I think this is Gladiolus's thing. She is not a fighter. She flits around and she tells you, like, how great you look, how amazing your feathers are, how she wishes she had the singing voice that you have because, oh my goodness, Ladybird, you are beautiful. We are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're at 5. We need 8. We can do this. A 4 and an ace. Oh, and one of them's a black card. Oh, boy. Yeah, you know what? I feel like this is doable. Man, I rolled a 2. Rolled a 2, but counts as 2, right? This one counts as 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're at 7. Pa-pa, pa-pa, pa-pa. I can do it. I can do it. A 5 and a 7. They're both black cards. Okay, she's talking now about how, like, beautiful Ladybird's, like, claws are, like, how amazing and how she wishes she had claws like that because, you know, bees, they don't have these things. They can pick things up like this. I rolled a 6. It's just more than this. And that means that I have defeated her. I have defeated Ladybird. And I say, someone as beautiful as you should not be having to haul around this royal jelly. Let me take it off of you because I care so much. Like, about your appearance, how amazing you are. You should have that. You should let me take this burden. And I mean, Ladybird is so pretty. And you know what? She knows it. So she allows it. I've gotten 3 back. You guys, I've gotten 3 back. Very excited about this fact. This is great. That is halfway through. It is, I'm hoping that I don't run into another one of the bad months. Because okay, let's find out. If I run into another one, that could be a problem. How many are you? Praying Mantis, also 8 cards. Because he likes to eat bees. Could be a problem. I don't know that if I encounter him, we might not not get through. Gonna go to another one. 9. We're going to explore the region. That doesn't bode well. They're both very high numbers. It's a Jack and a King. And I rolled a 5, which is marking a fatigue. Womp. Womp. All right, let's try again. Jack. We're gonna search. High numbers. Well, a 3 is not high, but it sounds pretty high. And I rolled a 4, so I found 1 treasure. Replenishing it back up. We love that. Might be able to barter. We're going in a 7. Let's barter some more. I mean, let's search for some treasure. I rolled a 4. So still only 1 treasure. My treasure is full. Gonna have to find somebody. We can do that. I can do that. All right. Got another creature. Rolled it's a 2. So now I need to roll to see who we run into. Tenant Aphid. Either chattel or prey, and Aphid's life is short and sweet. So I feel like maybe we could barter with this particular creature. Let's trade some treasure for knowledge. I want to know if this aphid knows where there is, who am I looking for? Aphid, my man, my dude. I want to know if he has seen Dragonfly, the most noble of all the insects of the valley. Valiant Dragonfly constantly patrols, offering safety and protection to those less fortunate. Has saved your life before, personally. When all felt lost, you saw her beautiful wings flutter from above. As a sign of deepest friendship and respect, Dragonfly was presented with a jar of royal jelly. She took it with honor and would be willing to give it back. Just have to explain to her what's going on. And so I asked Aphid, have you seen Dragonfly? Where can I find her? Oh no, a king and a 6. Well, I don't love my chances. I rolled a 9, which means, well, I can't give enough treasure. I can't possibly give enough treasure in order to beat a king. I just can't do it. But I get partial information. So I'm going to give treasure, decide on a number of treasure. I'm going to give 2 treasure, 2 of my treasures. Aphids are tiny, and I think that Gladiolus understands that It's tough to be a bug. Okay. I don't know. I was just like really thinking a lot about Disney World today. And so like, you know, um, I think that they're tiny, and I think that Gladiolus like feels a little bad for this aphid and gives it so much food. Like, here you go, my man, like enjoy yourself. Have it. And the partial information that they give is that they know that that Dragonfly is above on the map. So like north points direction, but like can't remember the last time it was that they saw her. Just knows that they were over that direction, but like that could have been days ago. It doesn't remember. And I fly back the other direction, so he's definitely not here. Let's search for some stuff. Oh no, I rolled really low on a 10 and a 9. I have more fatigue. That's 3 of 5 fatigue. I'm getting tired. And even if I wasn't getting tired, oh boy, there's not much left here. All right, back up. Let's see if Dragonfly is here. I'm gonna do a little roll. I'm gonna add them together. Yeah. Rolled a 6. That was evens. I should have said it out loud, but in my brain, if it was even, Dragonfly was here. If it was odd, Dragonfly was not here. Just a little ambiguous, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this is not a fight. I'm not fighting. I'm just gonna barter with Dragonfly. She seems, they make a big deal in here out of like how it is pretty a noble creature. She's noble, and so we're gonna barter with her. Ooh. Okay. I have a 5 and a 1. Feel like I can do it. I'm going to. I got a 5 and a 2. That's a 7. That is a in bloom. It works as intended, and I give her all 3 of my treasures. 1, 2, 3. And I have beep beep. I got 4. I got 4. Here we go, friends. We're loving it. I'm still flying. I don't have any treasure left. Let's search for some. Got a 2 and a queen. I rolled an 8, and that gives me 1 treasure. So we're back to 1. Bartering's going to be real hard. 8 down. 10 and a 1. More treasure, please. 3 and a 6 gives me 1 treasure. However, I'm now out of the story deck, so we got to head back. Heading back to the hive. Take a little nap, which is good because I was getting pretty fatigued, pretty tired. We're going to clear the fatigue. Sometimes we like to just do a little bee dance. I also just feel like I can't get No Rain by Blind Melon out of my brain. Like, I feel like I understand that I am an actual bee in this particular game, but like in my head, I am dressed up in this little outfit, running around in fields and fighting with birds and things. And like, I admitted that just now on the internet for you all to hear. You're welcome. I hope that is joyful for you this evening. Boy. Woo. All right. Only 2 left. We got to fight a praying mantis, we need to find a beetle. But first, gotta shuffle up this deck. It's also a whole thing that I haven't been doing. One of the things that you can do is like find an oracle. You can like ask things. But I feel like for me that, especially with where my brain is at the moment, with how much like deadlines and writings and stuff that I've been doing, that like today sort of has to be more focused on like the mechanical stuff. And I feel like the oracle situation is far more for me like these are going to be full journal entries, right? Like I'm reaching out into the world of this game and like asking for things. And I feel like, well, that would be really interesting if my brain was very, very fresh. Like today, I just don't think. Got it. So we are not oracling. Moving on. Discoverina region. Okay, it's going down. It's interesting. Like the first time that I went and discovered a region, I went like straight out, parallel. The second time I went up, and this time I went down because of what's happening. Let's search for some treasure. Oh boy, I rolled terribly. I have a king and a 6, and I rolled a 3, which means, you know what that means? Instantly fatigued again. Also, weird pattern that seems to be what I have been doing is that like the first time I go out, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so tired. And I feel like, you know, maybe this is art imitating life a little bit. I am so tired, friends. Let's go to another place. Doing a little weird serpentine bee dance. Here we go. Let's find some treasure. Oh, there's so many high cards right now. This is a thing. I have a 3 and a queen. I rolled a 6. That to me means I found 1 treasure. We're back up to 3. This is great. We can find stuff. Find it in another place. Continuing my little serpentine bee dance. Let's search for some treasure. I rolled real high. I was able to find 1 more treasure. You know, bees apparently in this game and I don't know about in real life because I don't know as much about bees as I truly would like to know. But like, we can carry a lot of stuff. You know what I know about bees? Welcome to where my brain is. Bumblebees take naps in flowers, and their little bulbous, like bumblebee booties stick out of the flowers. And like you can find them just like taking naps inside these little flowers. I love this so much. It makes me really happy. I know that like bees are not cuddly situation. I know that they can hurt you. I know that they can sting you. I know that a lot of people are very, very allergic to them, but like they are adorable. And I don't know what it says about me that I want to like snuggle the bees. I promise you that I am not in an altered state unless you count like being incredibly tired. Yeah. All right. Continuing on. I have drawn something that says that there is a insect in the region. Let's roll. I rolled. Rolled a wasp. I don't love that. The wasps are traditional enemies of bees. Ooh. I think I'm going to have to confront a risk. That seems bad. Or do I want to try to evade danger? I'm very quick. Maybe, maybe I just like, maybe I just literally make a beeline, right? Like, I mean, although, okay, all right, go with me on this. So, why do we say make a beeline for something when we're going like really quickly to it? Because bees don't do that. They like meander. We've already talked about this. I need you on my side. We're going to make a beeline though. I'm going to try to get away. I'm going to try to evade danger. And I'm going to do it quickly. So, I got a 7 and a jack. I'm going to do quick. So I'm going to add +2 to my roll. Oh, no. Okay. Okay, rolled a 4. +2 is a 6, which doesn't beat either of those. And upon wither, which is what just happened, we're marking 2 fatigue. It doesn't say, like, it happens. I avoid it. I evade the danger, but it was really hard, and I am really tired from it, and I fly off. I need you to know that I feel like this is sort of retribution. Because I said I was going to make a beeline, and then I talked about how bees don't fly in a straight line, and I feel like I very quickly zipped all over this area of the map to my detriment. Like I went too much. I went too much. Now I'm tired. Let's discover a new area. We're gonna try to find some more treasure. I found 1 treasure. And now, y'all, my treasure is full. It's too full. I'm gonna have to barter with somebody. Except, oh boy, there's a thing happening, and I found the praying mantis. That's a problem. Okay. Praying mantis needs 8. I need to make a stack of 8. They're lightning quick. Oh boy. Spades count as 2 stack cards. But I need to make 8. I feel like I can do that in this. I hope. 4 and a jack. Rolled a 7. Got 1. Oh no. King and a king. Rolled a 5. Very clearly to not do this. So that means that I evade danger. I'm wondering if I did the first one correctly. Like, I feel like maybe I was supposed to have flee. I was supposed to have fled, which would mean that I would mark 2 fatigue and ran away. We're going to do this one that way, which means that I had to reset their stack. So I did not beat them. And also I ran back home to the hive because I was too tired. Resets my fatigue, and I think resets my story deck. I feel like yes. I feel like yes, let's give that a shot. I think I'm doing it. Still got too much treasure. I mean, is it that too much? We don't know if it's too much, but we're gonna, it's all I can carry. But we're gonna reset that fatigue. Beep, 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 beep. Bizz, bizz, bizz. I know. I can't help it. You guys, I can't help it. We're going out. Right. The first people that we found was a beetle. Hello, beetle. What do you have to say? A philosopher of sorts, Beetle lives alone in his burrow of dirt and sticks. He spends his time thinking of the secrets of the valley and what our place is within it. A great mind and a good friend to the bees. Given a jar of royal jelly as a gift, Beetle cares not for worldly possessions and may be willing to hand it back. Let's barter with Beetle. I'm going to give him all of the treasures. I feel the sting of defeat. I'm maybe a little embarrassed that I had to come back after praying mantis whooped me immediately. Like, immediately. So I got a 6 and a queen. I'm giving +5. I'm like, take all the treasure. Take all the treasure. I rolled an 8. An 8 plus 5 is 13. That beats both cards. It is a success. He gives me the royal jelly. But you know what that means? It means that I don't have any treasure left. Yikes. Okay. Hey, you know what? That's okay. I feel lucky. Oh, listen, I probably shouldn't have said that because I just did a thing where I discovered that there was another person. I mean, I ran into another creature and I rolled an 8 again, which is a spider. And I'm going to try to evade it because if you are caught, you have little chance. I don't want the spider to eat me. This is also true in real life. Just in general, I do not want to be eaten by spiders. Please and thank you. Evade danger. I got a 4 and a 9. Being very quick. I'm going to add 2 for being very quick. I got a 4 and a 6. I mean, a 4 and a 2, which is 6. Plus 2 is 8. It beats one of them, not both, which means I'm budding, and I evade the danger, but I mark 1 fatigue. That's what happened last time. I was just like really tired. Guys, I was so tired. How to get out of there? Oh boy. Still have no treasure. Let's go to another place. Let's try to find a little bit more treasure. Except it didn't happen. Instead, I found what's his face? The praying mantis. Need 8. I need 8. And spades count as 2. I can do it. Oh. I'm going to be very quick with this. I don't have time. I'm adding 2 for quickness. Okay. Yes. Good. So I rolled an 8 and I was adding 2 for quick, which I already said that makes a 10. It beats 1. Fortunately, I got a spade. I've got 1. 1 down. 5 and a 4. Here we go. Rolled a 12. Because of course I rolled a 12 now when I didn't have to beat a super high number. Got them both. That's 3. I got a 3 and a 10. Let's see how we're doing. Rolled an 8. Got 1 more. Feeling good about myself. I got another 3 and a 10. I feel good about the 3 and the 10. Rolled 4. Got 1. It's a spade. Counts as 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, you guys. This is happening. Oh, no. Maybe. 9 and a queen. But the 9 is a spade. It would count as 2. which would put me over. I would win. Okay. Okay. I'm going to be really quick about this one. I'm going to do it quickly. I'm going to like zip in there with my little stinger and like get him. Okay. Okay. I rolled a 7 plus 2 is a 9, which ties. I feel like tie goes to the runner, and I am the runner. I don't know if that's true, but it counts as 2. I'm taking it. We beat the praying mantis. You know, I think maybe I had like a little bit of advantage on that because I just gotten him, right? Like here I was previously just fighting him, and he like, I don't know. I'd like to think that in my own little way that maybe he like respects Gladiolus a little bit. Like that bee came back. She's so tiny, but here they are, ready to go at it again. And I think in my own little headcanon, in Gladiolus's own little headcanon, that praying mantis was like, hey, you go, little bee. Yes, you do it. And so they just like gave me that royal honey or that royal jelly. And then I come back and I've done it. I got all 6. Got all 6. So now what happens? Does it just like, is that the end? Do you have to do anything? I think you just like, you have it and you can come back. Okay. 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 Great. Beep, 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 beep. I think you just like, I think I've just done it. Okay. I got it. I got all 6. I brought it back. I did it. I have saved the hive because clearly I am a hero of bees, a bee hero, if you will. I feel like I didn't do that first fight correctly. Didn't do it right. I think if I were to play this game again, that there would be, I think it would flow a little bit easier for me. I feel like I wouldn't have to look at the text as often. It is only 20 pages long. There's a lot of really lovely photos, lots of flowers. And despite what you saw here, I actually feel like it was described very well. Croaker RPG. I wonder what else I have made. I think it was just like, it was really cute. And I feel like once I got rolling and sort of was able to give myself over to the process, it was pretty quick to be able to continue to roll. Thomas Lopez, I thank you so much for making this. It's adorable. I definitely am going to go back in and try it again. I feel like this is one of those things that reading it was less effective for me than actually having it on its feet. So I think that were I to play it again, I like to discover things on stream with all of you at home. I think were I to play it again, that I would be able to sort of tighten up what I was doing, and I wouldn't have to check as often. But like, I really love bees, and I really love being able to like get in there and sort of do a sweet little game that has like, you can't, there's no like death mechanic in this game. And I like that. Your bee doesn't die. You just get too tired and you gotta go take a nap. And that's okay. And one of the things that they have you do when you get back there is like, you would do an in-depth entry into your journal, right? You would that will help you clear your fatigue. Like you head back and you sort of reflect on the time that you were out away from the hive. And I just think that's really lovely. And you know, if I have the time, I'm and am interested in checking that out. Like maybe I would go back in. So let's see. Croaker RPGs has a couple of games. There's Queenless, obviously, that I just played, which is described as a solo RPG of exploration and hope, which fits. I love it. They also have the Farum Mysteries, which is an adventure to be used with Ironsworn Starforged. The Zoo, a cyborg-compatible adventure. And I Come from a Land Down Under, which is a solo journaling game of desperate survival in post-apocalyptic Australia. Whoa. I mean, that sounds fun, but like not as chill, I think, as Queenless. I also think their stuff is pretty cool. They make a note that the adventure was written in Narm, Melbourne, on the land of the Wurrungjin people of the Kulin Nation. I love when folk give credit to, you know, the folk that came before them and where they are at. I don't know if Thomas Lopez is a native person in the Kulin Nation. But even if not, I appreciate how much he is sort of showing appreciation to those who have come before. Interested in checking out their other stuff. Listen, you guys, this game was $5. I'm definitely going to end up playing it again. It's just like really sweet and a nice way once you start going to sort of spend a couple of hours. And like you get to save a hive of bees. And how great is that? Because bees are so important to the environment. Pollinators, we need them. Not only do they help with flowers, but they help with food. Listen, if you don't know about bees, you really need to get on it. And also, more Science Friday. Let's bring it back to Science Friday before I exit here. Eating local honey, adding local honey to your food, as long as you are not allergic to honey. Please do not. No, I don't feel like I should have to say this, but like, do not do that if you are allergic. Okay. If you are not allergic to bee byproducts or honey, and you eat local honey, it actually helps with your like seasonal allergies because it is like a low dose of all of the pollens from the area. And it'll like help you sort of like, it's like dosing yourself, like micro dosing the pollen. I know that sounds bonkers, but like you get to have honey, and that's delicious and it's good for your body. Also great for your skin. Like if you add some brown sugar to honey and a little bit of like vitamin E oil, you have made yourself a homemade scrub that you can use in the shower. It's gentle enough to use on your face. You could use it on your whole body. And then you have a gently exfoliated skin and you come out of the shower smelling like dessert. And everyone will thank me. You're welcome. I have been a champion tangenter today, and you all got a peek inside my brain. I'm not sure if I should apologize or, you know, like congratulate you. Maybe it's a little bit of both. Listen, it's fun in there. You can check it out later. So I would like to thank everyone. Thank you to Thomas Lopez for making this game. I hope that I did not butcher it too terribly badly. Thank you to my editor and partner in life, Jeff Moore, for turning this into the delightful thing that you are watching today, right now. Thank you to Marcus Mays over at Gen Con TV for being our tech and making sure that everything is running smoothly from the Twitch angle. Thank you to Peter Atkinson for trusting me to program this show and to letting me continue to have my job be literally just like finding games that I think are amazing and getting to play them while you all watch. Thank you to Gen Con and Gen Con TV for giving me this platform and for getting the opportunity to like shine a spotlight on indie games that wouldn't normally get seen. It is an amazing opportunity, and I am forever grateful. Thank you to, oh gosh, there's so many people to thank. Listen, if I didn't thank you personally, I really mean it. Thank you at home for watching. You are the reason that I get to keep doing this. Like, and I get super happy every time that you like chat with me in the chat or just like say something nice on social media. I love it. We have keychains that we are troubleshooting. I'm hoping next up is we're going to be working on putting them on acrylic so that we can do them in fun colors. And I'm going to have them, I think at Gen Con, if you come to my show, I'm going to be doing a Sarah's Table Live. There's probably going to be puppets again. You're welcome. And if you are interested in one of these, I'm debuting the keychains there at Gen Con. Said it. It's on the internet. I can't take it back. It's true now. So yeah, thank you. Hey, thanks. Don't forget to have yourself a nice big glass of water before you go to bed. It's good for you. And I hope that your dreams are sweet and filled with, just like the best things, your favorite things. So, as always, keep making art and keep being art. We will see you next time. Mwah!